blocked by Silver. Nice little hustle move from Silver by missing the free throw. He goes up and takes the block. It's going to be out of bounds against the Griffins. That means the Bulldogs will take control right under their basket. 4:08 here in the first quarter. Your score, 7 for the Bulldogs, 6 for the Griffins.
A 1-point game.
And
this is, by the way, the first time the Bulldogs have led in this game so far. We're still in the first period, halfway to go in the first.
High gives it to Brinkley inside, puts it up, and somehow he's not fouled by a number Joiners in the ball game. And he puts it up, and it's good. Mr. Brinkley puts it up for a nice little fadeaway. His first basket tonight, 2 points. So Gray's going to give it over to number 41 in Ward. And there Silva puts it up. He just manpowered him. That's his first basket tonight. 3:35. It's a 1-point ball game. 9 for.
Whoa! Under the basket, whistle and foul.
By number 41.
Omar Richardson's about to come in the game for the Bulldogs. Foul on Victor Ward Jr. That's the 14th foul in the game for the Griffins. And Victor Ward Jr.'s first, the shooting forward for the senior for the Griffins. Number 12 at the line, a Chris High. He shoots again. And the Bulldogs are up by 2 now, Trace 9.
Yeah, he's made all 4 of his free throws so far. So 3:31. 2-point ball game.
Are we trying to see Nash Central get redemption over Rocky Mount after that 30-point deficit loss back at the beginning of the year?
Chris High makes his second. They played twice. They've beat them twice. And like I said, Nash Central, they're a hot program right now. Their last 2 wins came here in the tournament.
So this is another one of those 3-on-3 deals like we saw with Clayton and Corin Polder.
That's exactly right. So Greg gives it over to number 41 of the Griffins. That is Mr. Ward himself. Inside to Silver. He is double-teamed, and somehow he gets... I have no idea how he got that ball off. But he does. He makes the easy layup. That's 4 points for the young man. 3:10 here in the first quarter. Still a 1-point ball game. 11 for the Bulldogs and 10 for the Griffins. Number 12 in High gives it over to number 13 in Brickley. Tries to get inside, but it's going to be out of bounds against the Bulldogs.
Timeout on the court. We got a timeout, too. It is right now a 1-point game, 11-10. Nash Central up in front of the Griffins in the 5th annual John Jacobs Christmas Classic, sponsored by Bojangles. The men's championship will be back on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
Welcome back to live coverage here in Cleveland, North Carolina. Nash Central looks to, they still have a 1-point ball game. And Nash looks to move really quickly, gives it over to Phillips. He misses it, taken away by number 41 in the Griffins. That is Ward. Brings the ball by himself. He puts it up, and it's going to be no good. That was number 15 in Tavion Parker. It's going to be against Mr. Richardson. Number 5, that's his first.
Correction, number 15, Tavon Parker shooting 2.
Jeremiah Williams about to come in for the Bulldogs of Nash Central. They are leading by 1 point. It is 11-10, 2:25 in the first. Championship match, number 15, Tavon Parker at the line. The shooting forward, strong forward, senior, number 15. And he shoots for 2 now, makes the first one. And we're all leaving at 11, Trace Knight.
Exactly right. That's 1 point for Parker. We're still in the first, 2:25. It's a 11-point ball game. And Griffins he misses it, but the Griffins keep control. He takes a erratic 3. And there's number 41 in Ward. He keeps the ball, gets it inside to 3 in Silver. He's just man-powered.
Vincent Phillips was under the basket trying to shoot for that foul, but definitely referee wasn't having it. Slap ball going on. Wow, somebody just got slapped in the face. And it's a block shot there.
Number 12 in High goes in quickly.
And High's going to get the ball back, yeah. I can hear the guys behind us there. You could actually hear the contact through our headsets, definitely. You could hear the contact, smacking the ball and slapping and whatnot. So
Ward gets the rebound after the miss, gives it over to 15, and Parker. He puts it up. It's gonna
basket and one.
No, it's going to be an offensive foul against the Griffins.
Oh, wow.
So the Bulldogs will get the ball back.
First foul on number 15 of Tavon Parker, so the basket will not count, and they're going to give the ball back to Nash Central as the Bulldogs are down by 2 now to the Griffins. Griffins trying to sweep the tournament of 2018 of the John Jacobs Christmas Classic on CRN.
And somehow, some way, High gets it past Silver and Mr. Ward. That's a 2-pointer.
All tied up even at 13. Griffins trying to put more points in the ball, led by Tiberius Harrison, Trace 9.
1:35 here in the first quarter. And what an impressive move by Parker, number 15, to get inside and make a nice little layup.
Even put his body on the line to make it work.
That's 3 points for Parker. Now Central quickly moves it up the left side of the court. They're going to play left to right. He's at the top of the key. That is Gray. Phillips with number 1. Gives it over to number 3 in Simmons. He is picked up by number 21 of Griffins. 12, there is High. He's picked up by Parker. He tries to push himself in, and it's going to be a foul.
Hit under the backboard, but they do call a foul. Foul on number 41 of Victor Ward Jr. Second team foul, 6th foul in the game in the first for the Griffins. And the Bulldogs will go to the line and shoot again. Mr. Chris High.
2-point ball game, 102. Chris makes it, or puts the first one up. He makes it.
Checking in for the Griffons, number 45, Jalen Richardson.
Richardson comes in the ball game for the first time for the Griffins tonight. 102, it's a 1-point ball game. Your score, 15 for the Griffins and 14 for the Bulldogs. And Chris Hyde looks to go to tie the game for only the 3rd time tonight. We're still in the first quarter, Wesley. This has been impressive so far.
Yes. Looks like number 2 is going to come in the game also for the Bulldogs of Amir Richardson.
And Chris Hyde makes the second one as well. He is 6 for 6 from the free throw so far, Mr. Chris High. It's a tie ball game here in the first quarter of the championship round. 58 seconds remaining. And Deontay Gray gets the ball, gives it over to number 45 in Richardson. Gives it to 21, puts it up for the erratic 2, no good. There's Parker with the offensive rebound. He puts it up, and no good. Taken away by Nash Central, and number 2 in Richardson. He gives it over to High. There's Brinkley. Then gives it back over to Simmons. Then over to Mr. Richardson on the right-hand side. He's double-teamed. He gets a nice little half-court pass over there, puts it up for the erratic 2, no good. And the 2 men of the same team are fighting for the ball. They finally decide to each one take it away. That's High, number 12.
Right.
And number 3 in Simmons tries to go inside, but he is picked up by number 3 in Gray of the Griffins. 12 seconds left. He wants the ball last. Good defense. There's double-team defense. Look at there. Impressive. Somehow he gets it away. And
he did throw it away. He get it away. He threw it away.
He had a man wide open, number 31 of Nash Central.
Man, I thought for a second we were at a baseball game. Did you see that fastball? Wow.
Jeremiah Williams was down low by himself. He just missed the ball.
Wow. And we got 4 seconds left in the first period.
3. Gray puts it up. Puts it
for
up
3.
Parker puts it up for 3. No good. It goes in and out.
And that's the first period.
Wow.
And we are all tied up like it never even started. Big fat goose egg on the board. First period's in. And, tied up being 0-0 anyway. It's 15-15 in the first period. The men's championship game. As Michael Gainey and the Griffins take it on Rennie Taylor and the Bulldogs. We got the second period coming up on CRN, the Community Radio Network. 30-second timeout.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach. In a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans. What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
Welcome back to the CRN Sportsnet live coverage of men's hoops here in Cleveland, North Carolina for the championship game against Rocky Mount. The Griffins versus Nash Central Bulldogs. It's all tied up at 15 apiece here in the beginning of the second quarter. The Griffins take control, and Tavion Parker of Rocky Mount gives it over to number 3 in gray. And Raddick 2, no good. There's Silver, big time down low. He misses the layup. Look at the defensive rebound by number 12 in Chris High. He's playing impressive down low so far.
2 times trying to go for that shot under the basket. Got the rebound. The third time they called the foul.
That's Silver's second foul tonight. Number 10 comes out of the ball game. Dawson Joyner for Nash Central. Comes in the ball game is Omar Richardson, number 5 for the Bulldogs. So 7:34, still a 15-point ball game. Waiting to see a little confusion about it's a 1-and-1. It was going to be out of bounds, but it looks like Chris High after the foul is going to be getting a 1-and-1 after the foul from Kavion Silver, number 53, his second tonight.
Number 12, Chris High, shooting 1-and-1.
So 7:34, still a 15-point ball game.
Well, Trace Knight, a college football update in the college football playoff. Of course, 30-3, Clemson decimated the Fighting Irish at Notre Dame, so they're going to the national championship after they win the Cotton Bowl. And in the Orange Bowl, Roll Tide, Alabama, the number 1 team in the nation, is beating the Sooners of Oklahoma 28-0.
And the Griffins take control after the miss by free throw by Chris High of the 1-and-1. And almost taken away. It is tipped off by the Griffins, the Bulldogs, but they take control. There's Parker. Gives it over to Gray. Back over number 13 in Joyner. He gives it over to Parker inside, no good. And there is number 33 of the Bulldogs, Cherry, but it's taken away by Nash Central. There's number 3 in Mr. Simmons. He puts it up for the Raddick 2, no good. Taken away by the Griffins. Number 23 in Harrison quickly gets out half court. He puts it up, and no good. And the defensive rebound by Chris High. We have a half-court press taken away by the Griffins, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Griffins. Number 31, Dutson come into the ball game for the first time, and number 5, Isaiah Miller for the Griffins. Because for the Bulldogs, Vince Phillips comes in the ball game for Amir Richardson. So 6:44, still a 15-15 ball game. Chris High's the inbounder, gives it over to Phillips, number 1. Picked up by number 5 in Miller. Gives it over to Chris High, number 12. Gives it inside. He has a man. There's number 1 in Jordan. Puts it up, and no good. Of course, that's Phillips. And the looks like Rocky Mount last touch is going to be Nash Central's basketball. So 6:26, still a 15-15 ball game. Nash Central's going to be inbound. That's Chris High. Tries to get over to Simmons. Over to number 5. Puts it up. Omar Richardson with a nice free throw shot to make it a 2-point game, or make it a 2-point game by the Bulldogs. That's 2 points for him. And number 13 in Joyner gives it over to Gray. Misses it. And there's a defensive rebound by number 13 for the Bulldogs. That is Brinkley. Yeah, number 1 puts it up for the 3. No good. Controlled by the smallest man on the court. And number 3 in Dante Gray. He gets the starts right, goes left, gives it up to number 13, puts it up for the easy layup. Nigel Joyner.
So Rocky Mount and Nash Central still even at 17. Keeping right up with the tempo. You score, awesome. I'm going to score. I score, you score.
It's a beautiful game, my friend. 5:33 here in the second quarter. Number 3 in Simmons of the Bulldogs brings it up the left-hand side. He gives it to Chris High, and it almost taken away. And it is taken away by number 13, Joyner. He gives it over to number 5 in Millie. Puts it up for the easy layup by himself.
So Rocky Mount beat Nash Central back on November 27th, 58-28, a 30-point deficit. Then they played them again tonight. And the question is, then they play each other for the third time, Trace Knight, on January the 3rd.
Again, looking at this game tonight and just watching this game.
Shades of Cornholder and Clayton all over.
Exactly right. But looking at this game, about the 30-point win by Rocky Mount. Doesn't look like what's going on tonight.
No, totally different ball game.
hot team, no matter what's your
Nash
record.
Central is hanging right with Rocky Mount, that's for sure.
So number 12, Chris High, makes the free throw out of a 1-and-1, so he'll get one more.